Hey there, just making you a quick video about how to lose weight and maintain it because it's important and it's something that unfortunately isn't happening, especially in the United States. So there are a lot of statistics out there, one of them being that 98% of people who lose weight, specifically like 30 plus pounds, put it all back on within 2 years. The diet industry alone, so not including gyms, supplements, online fitness coaches, just the diet industry alone is 76 billion, that's billion with nine zeros, dollars per year. And it's only grown since it's come about in the early 2000s, late 90s. Obesity rates, now here's the thing, more spending, but obesity rates continue to go up. In 2017, it was like 38.1%. We're at 41.9%. And it's not going up linear, it's actually going up faster than that. Estimated to be at 50% of Americans being obese by 2030 and 90 plus percent overweight by that same time frame. So what's the issue? It fascinates me being a board certified health coach to see the conventional logic, what people will invest into and what they do. And here's how I see it. Also, being someone who I myself lost over 150 pounds and have sustained it now for 10 plus years. I would go ahead and say I'm a world-class expert at this, and I do know what the F I'm talking about. So first and foremost, we got to break down the conventional approach. So the conventional approach is that someone decides I need to lose weight. So I'm going to work out more and eat less. They typically then go and invest into or just find a way to have some sort of strict meal plan that's restricting calories. It's restricting the unhealthy foods or the foods that are lower frequency, as I call them. They follow some sort of workout program that they either purchase it or they're just given. They don't have any of their own input into what types of workouts they're doing. They simply fight through it and they try and use grit and willpower to do this. Because they have their end goal in mind, which is typically a weight loss goal, right? Even if it's not fun, they keep doing it because they want to hit the goal. And then boom, they hit the goal, which I see a lot. For a lot of people, it's 40 pounds. So yes, I lost 40 pounds. I did it. Okay, I hit that goal. Nice. In 8 weeks, it was fantastic. And then what happens? The next day, we stop doing those things because it's not fun. It's not fun to have a meal plan that you have to follow that's a bunch of food that you don't like to eat, that doesn't taste good to you. Again, you haven't had sweets or any fast food or whatever it is in 2 months, and then you just go straight back into it and end up binging on it. You end up getting, you were getting up early before work to work out because that was what your program called for. You realize that kind of sucked. It wasn't that much fun, so you just decided to sleep in. You were at work late that night and you decide instead of going home and having to cook, the chicken, the rice, the broccoli that the meal plan says, I'll just get Taco Bell instead. Doing all that health stuff was extremely exhausting. And over time, you fall off of those behaviors that you were doing. You feel heavier. You don't want to step on the scale. And then all of a sudden one day you do, and you realize all of that weight came back. Worked super hard for 8 weeks. 8 weeks post the program, it's all right back on. And again, we go into this guilt, shame, failure cycle that typically lasts for anywhere from 3 to 11 months, and then you start over again. I see this a lot, especially during the holidays. So what's the problem with this perspective, this conventional approach? Well, there's 3 main issues. Number one, we're not addressing the root cause of weight gain. We're not addressing the root cause of why we have gained weight and why we're not able to lose it sustainably. We're not working on finding a new identity or reality wherein the lighter version of ourselves is who we are. And that's the big problem that I see with most conventional approaches, is that we're not taking into account the psychology of actual behavior change and learning to become a different person rather than just trying to change our habits, right? So building off of that, number 2 is we don't truly change our thought patterns, okay? We're not changing the way that we perceive ourselves. So we just end up being an unhealthy person who is doing these quote unquote healthy things for a set period of time before we come back to being that healthy person. So again, we're not addressing the root cause and we're not creating a new identity. That's what's the most important thing when it comes to becoming the highest version of ourselves and losing weight and sustaining it. And number 3, we haven't taken the time to develop the skills of being that healthy person, meaning that We haven't done things like learning to cook, learning to create fitness programming for ourselves or find fitness routines that work for us, to do stress management, to prioritize our sleep, to drink enough water, to set boundaries, and there's a ton more. And what I'm getting at is, instead of taking the time to actually develop habits and skills that serve us, we're just following what someone else is telling us to do. We're not taking the time to actually grow and learn and try new things, right? And on top of that, we're not doing it in a way we're not. So we haven't. On top of that, we are not doing it in a way that feels good, is fun, and remotivates us daily. Those are the issues with the conventional approach. So here's the contemporary method. This is what I am especially trained to do as a board certified health coach. So number one, we start with creating a vision, because that is the most important thing to have when it comes to making sustainable change, is an understanding of what you want your life to look like. I'm going to tell you that right now. Number two, we create longer term behavior focused goals. So it's okay to have a weight loss goal, but we focus more on creating the behavior goals that we know will lead to the weight loss. And then we experiment on a daily and weekly basis to discover what those behaviors are and to implement them into our life. Okay, so it's a very different approach when it comes to sustainability than just trying to accomplish X goal. So I hope that makes sense. And here's the biggest kicker is, while you're doing this vision creation, behavior, learning about behaviors and experimenting, you're really doing things that you enjoy. Okay, you're creating a lifestyle that you really enjoy and creating really a new identity for how it is that you show up in the world. So I hope this is helpful. Again, I'm always here to answer questions, and enjoy your day.